Welcome to the Billiard Network, the home of global pool on YouTube. Like and follow if you enjoy this. Our match today is Corey DEUEL from the USA versus Maximilian LECHNER from Austria. It's a race to 9, alternate break. The 9 ball is racked on the spot. 3 balls must go past the head string for a legal break. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player is loss of game. Corey's won the first break. He's doctoring this rack up, as usual. But he's won the first break. See where he breaks from. Or no? Maximilian LECHNER obviously maybe has won the break and the first lag, and Corey was racking the balls for him. Okay, it's LECHNER to break. I don't know a lot about Maximilian LECHNER's game, but I'll find out as I go. I know a little more about Corey's game. Right side, right bottom. It's going to send the cue ball to the side rail. Doesn't want to foul the break. And that's a pretty good break. He barely didn't foul the break. Well, he made 2 balls, so it wouldn't have been all right with 1 ball back. But the 7 ball barely got in the legal position. Looks like he could just roll this in and bump the 4 and get a shot for the corner down there on the 3 ball. That looks like the most prudent play from here. Or he can miss that ball somehow. I don't think he can go around it. Or he could just elect to play safe too. A lot of times when you have a shot, you're so intrigued on pocketing the ball and running the rack that you overlook an easy safety even with a shot. Filler did a shot like that the other night and fooled all of us, which was clever. But I think he's going to take this on somehow. He's going to try to bump the 4 ball somehow and get a shot on the 3. Or he's going to play safe. He's indecisive at the moment. Obviously, there's no shot clock, or maybe there is, and he's taking a timeout. I don't know. Roll it in with straight ball. Maybe he's going to hit it kind of hard and try to create something. No, slow. Yeah, he gave up on that. He wanted to hit that a little bit. He could have hit it a little bit harder and it still would have stayed there. But he's left Corey an easy shot on the 2 ball. But the position on the 3 ball is still a little bit tricky. He'll put straight top and come back and shoot the 3 in the side or down in the corner. He'll thin it off the rail like that. Now he'll play the 3 in the side pocket or in the corner. He's probably going to shoot it in the side and just skim the 9 or just miss the 9 a little with left bottom. He won't hit this too hard. He'll just put a lot of bottom on it like that. Let the spin make those, and then you don't have to hit them too hard. Those little shots on the sides. He'll probably just go to the rail and shoot the 6 ball in the opposite corner over here. Or put some left on it and go 2 rails or 1 rail like that and shoot the 6 in the opposite corner over here. He's perfect, looks like here. Maybe. He can just stun this with left and go into the rail. He might go 2 rails or straight back down the table. But he's going to put left top on it like that. And he did get back to the rail, and he almost scratched. That ball might have curved a little bit to keep from scratching. It's amazing how you scratch on that shot. You can't even believe it when it happens. But he's landed in a very precarious position. He's got to jack up and fire the ball, or just roll it in slow and play the 8 down in the corner. Or jack up and fire it. He's going to roll it in. He's just going to roll real soft and shoot the 8 in the corner. Or go to the rail and bounce off. Yep, real soft. Just play the 8 in the corner. He's a smart player. I will admit he's smarter than me. I take more chances. I might have slow rolled that one too. Right here, he'll just put left bottom and draw off. I don't even know if he'll go to the rail over here. He'll shoot the 9 in the same pocket. Good shot. He's pretty predictable. I know his game a little bit. And he plays a little more like I do. He'll just roll this in with straight ball and go 2 rails, maybe a little left. I'd say pretty much straight ball. 2 rails. Corey wins the first game off a simple mistake from Maximilian LECHNER. Corey to break, right side, right bottom, drawing the cue ball to the side rail. Ooh, he didn't draw it to the side rail, but that still was an effective break. That spin really gets them in. Even if you don't cut the ball sometimes, it gets them in the pocket. Even if you kind of Brooklyn the break and hit head on, it still gets them in. The cue ball just quit spinning. That's how much spin that had on it. And that's what gets the balls in today, breaking, is the spin. So remember, spin the ball a lot now on the break. I think he can shoot this in the side, or he can just roll it and play safe behind the pink, bank the 2 behind the 6, 9 in the pink. Or he can roll it in the side, or it might go in the corner too. He might just roll it in the corner. One of those 3 things. Yeah, he chose the safety, like I said. But he wanted to get behind the pink 4 ball. That was the smart play. But it looks like he might have left in the keyhole, but I don't think so. Maybe not. Maximilian back to the table. I don't know if he can see this to play safe between the 6 and the 9, or is he going to have to kick 1 rail and hit the 2 ball. He's going to try to hit it with spin and spin into the ball. That way it creates something a little better for you when you do that, instead of just trying to kick a direct path at the 2 ball. If he can get a lot of spin on it and spin into it and hit it pretty full and hit it between the 8 and the 5 ball, he might can get a safety behind the 8 and the 5 somehow. Speed's important. He doesn't want to overhit it. His strokes are pretty wild for this shot, but he slowed down now. That's good. That's a great shot. If it'll roll, he needs it to roll. That's not bad at all, to tell you the truth. Corey can kick behind the 2 ball. I think he can just get past the 9. On that kick he just kicked, if he would have hit just to cut it a little bit more, the cue ball would have came over behind the 8, and he would have got him even better probably. But Corey might be able to escape out of this, but he might not either, because the kick on the 2 ball, I don't know if he can get it past the 3 correctly to stop the cue ball. That's why he's going to put a lot of spin on it. He'll hit it on the middle. That's where you want to hit these kind of kicks, right on the middle. I knew he couldn't get away with that. He should have hit it harder, actually. He tried to finesse it. I do that shot all the time. And it's really hard to get out of that one when it's sitting funny. He's left him a little bit funny where he's got to go down table and come back for the 3. He's just going to draw over and take a longer shot. That's kind of scary. I'd almost try to force this shot under the 5 ball somehow with a lot of spin than to take that long, funny shot there, unless it looks easier than what I see on the screen. He's just going to draw back a little bit, like that. And he went even further away from it a little bit. Ooh, this is tricky because he better spin underneath. He's going to have to slow roll it with a lot of spin and go to the side rail and try to come back off the rail and shoot the 4 ball in the corner pocket on his left, or try to get for the corner pocket that he's shooting in, or he's going to go up and down the table, or he's going to shoot it slow and go straight down the table. Let's see which one he does. Yeah, he went to the side rail. See, that was always going to be a tricky shot. He got away with it. I never like that shot. I would have tried to go underneath the 5 and the 8 off of that 2 ball and come back and try to create something other than to leave myself that goofy shot there. But he didn't. I thought he made it when he shot it. I guess Corey's going to jump this one. It's sitting perfect. He should make this with no problem. His only worry is position. He doesn't know exactly what's going to happen with a cue ball, probably. Wow, his arm comes way out. I don't know how he can be accurate like that. But he is. What a good shot. He controlled it perfect with shape. That was impressive right there. It looked like he knew what he was doing, where he was going to leave the cue ball. Now he can just roll forward a little bit, stand in the middle of the table, right there. Now he'll just draw this one with some left, just a little bit. Don't overhit these. These are the kind of shots amateurs overhit. The pros just put a little spin on those. He didn't want to land on top of the 8, but he's still okay because his shot's relatively easy. But they can still be missed because the 8 ball's disturbing him a little now. He'll put a little bit of right on this. I don't know if he'll stand in the middle of the table or he'll stun to the rail. Yeah, stun to the rail. So I can predict his game because he plays a lot like I do, I think. A lot of shots. He'll just stop right there or roll forward just a little bit. Or stun over. He might have enough angle to stun over like that, just a little bit, to make that 9 just a little bit easier. So it makes sure he doesn't miss it. He'll put left bottom on this and stun to the rail, or just draw it, or roll it, or he'll roll it. He kind of half stun rolled it. I got to start covering like 3-4 different shots always. Okay, I think it's Maximilian to break from the right side, right bottom, drawing the cue ball to the side rail. Doesn't want to foul the break. That's a good break if he can get a shot. And he didn't. Corey DEUEL leads 2-0. Got unlucky there that the 6 ball's in the way. And I don't think the one with a pass to 7 anyway, maybe. But this is the Billiard Network, the home of Global Pool on YouTube. Like and follow if you enjoy this. And I'm Earl Strickland for the Billiard Network. Maximilian has to roll out, or he can try to kick safe from here. But I think he'll elect to roll out somewhere. That's not a bad shot. He could slow roll and try to play behind the 7. That's kind of tricky, though. You want to roll out where it's difficult for the player to play the safety and not have an easy safety to where they can lock you right up. That's the strategy behind rolling out. For a lot of people at home that watch this rollout, the jockeying they do with the rollout or the safeties, I don't like that rollout, I can tell you that. I think Corey might let him shoot. Unless Corey sees something I don't see. He looks like he wants to bank the 1 behind the 8-3 and just roll the cue ball down to the bottom rail. And it might come underneath the 7 ball. I think that's what Corey's trying to do. Corey's a clever player. I'll tell you that. Yep, he got him right behind it. That was a good shot. It wasn't easy to do either. I think safeties are a very talented shot. When you can play the safety and execute them correctly, that's a talent in itself right there, I'll tell you. Ephraim was the best I ever saw at the safeties. And I learned a lot from him playing safes, I'll tell you that. But he's got a kick now. Corey got him with the 3 ball. He's just going to try to kick the ball back around, safe behind the 3-8 somehow, or get it to the side rail over there with the 7 ball. The only problem is he's jacked up over the ball. He'll spin into this one too, kind of. He needs to shoot away from it and spin into it, kind of. You amateurs out there and you weekend players and avid players need to learn how to spin into these kicks so that you can get the safeties. Oh, he tried to pocket the ball. I don't really think he was trying to do that. I think he was, well, he shot it kind of hard, though. There was no position, no nothing there. Unless it was sitting different than I could see on the screen. But he made the ball and he made a good shot. I can't dispute that. The only thing is he's got a tough safety now, I'll tell you that. I really don't know, was he trying to pocket that ball? He shot that awful hard, too, to be playing the other safety I was trying to describe. But now, what does he do now? He's got to thin the ball somehow and go before the 6, in between the 6 and the side, and I don't think he can do that. That's where his problems are here. All he can do is roll this with some left and try to use the 6 ball as his defense. The only problem with that is rolling towards the pocket, I think. It's a funny little shot. If he was really trying to make that, I don't really think he was, to leave himself this shot. Because if I had that shot he had before, I would have looked at this shot, the 3 ball, and said, well, if I kick this in, I have no chance to play safe, hardly. Even. But he's pretty perturbed over this shot. He's going to put some left on it. The only thing I see is to roll it with some left and use the 6 ball as a blocker. Or thin it and go in between the 6 and the side, but I don't think that shot's on. 2-0, he needs to make the right shot. He needs to make a good shot here, that's for sure. He's shooting something. Maybe he's going to do one of the things I said. Shoot it slow, like that, and use this. And wow, I didn't know he could shoot that towards the 7. Corey's just going to lock him up now, unless this ball goes in. He'll just bank the ball 3 rails and stick him right there. But I think the ball goes, actually. Yeah, he can make the ball. He'll just roll it in with some left and come over for the 5. Or stick him. Oh, he drew it. Oh, the 4 ball's here. That's right. Draw out for the 4 ball. I couldn't see the 4 ball. He was blocking it. He took so long on that shot, I forgot what balls were on the table. But he almost made a good shot. A little harder would have been a great shot. Corey's going to draw this ball. He's either going to draw it to the rail and draw out or stun around with the rails. He stunned right around like that. Very good shot. Good shot, Corey. Now a little bit of right bottom. He'll aim thick on the ball and just put a little right and it'll draw off just a little. Like that. And he'll roll this in real slow. He won't shoot this hard at all. He'll just roll it real slow. Like that. Roll forward a little. Now he'll draw off and he'll use the rails. He'll go 2 rails. He'll draw to the middle of the table with left bottom, a little bit to the middle. Oh, he went forward. He fooled me. I didn't think he could go forward. I thought he had more angle. He's all right. Either way he played it. Now he'll use the rail here, or he'll draw straight back. I got to start covering myself on the draws. These guys don't stun off the rails as much like I do. He'll either draw over with right and shoot the 9 on the left corner here, or he's drawing with right, like that. Yep. This ball spinning a little. Stayed in the middle of the table. Now he'll either draw to the rail. He's going to draw to the rail, I can tell. He'll draw straight to the rail. There you go. They don't pan in, so I have to watch real close how they're cueing the ball. If they pan in, then I can tell right away. All right, Corey's leading 3-0, breaking from the right side. He's trying to put a lot of spin on the ball. Go to the rail like that. Well done. Very good shot. Except he's got some trouble down there. The 5-ball tied up, and the 6 is in trouble. He'll probably come around and play some kind of safe. That's the smartest shot. I don't think he's going to break it out. But me, I'd be trying to break it out, be a hero. I just kidding. He actually has an easy carom on the 9 if he gets down here. I wouldn't say easy. It's 60-40. Make it maybe 50-50. It's a little funny. That Efren taught me a lot about caroms, I'll tell you that. I can look at one and tell you the percentage on it. He shot so many of them on me, and then I learned to play them. I knew he'd come down and try to play the carom. He got where he has to draw it. He wanted to get where he could roll it. He can actually play both shots now. Actually, that was a clever shot. He can play the 3 and the 9. But you got to concentrate on the 3 probably more than the 9. Because he can still get the safety on the 5 if he doesn't make the 9. He'll just hit it with a little bit of bottom, like, I don't know if it needs much spin. That was such a clever shot. Good shot, Corey. I'm impressed. 4-0, Corey. Corey's played well so far. Maximilian, a couple of mistakes. Breaking from the right side, Maximilian LECHNER. He's trying to put right bottom, draw to the side rail. Don't foul the break. A lot of things going through your head. This looks like a fouled break, but it don't matter because Corey's going to shoot. And I still don't know that break foul. I guess when it happens, I'll find out. All right, right top. Or he'll, put right top and come back to the side rail. That was such a nice shot Corey played coming down for the 3 and the carom. And he landed perfect for both balls. That was good. That's the way Efren would have landed. All right, right top he's going to put on this and come back to the side rail. And he wants to bounce off the rail a little bit. He wants to hit it hard enough that he bounces off this rail over here where his hand is. Oh, he went between them, but he wants to bounce off either way. That was really clever. That was a hell of a shot there because he took a big chance running into one of them or something funny happening. He's an aggressive player. He doesn't look like it, but he is. I think he can draw straight back somehow and play for the corner. And then if he draws too far, he can get the side. But the ball's sitting at an angle, and they never pan in, so I can't really tell myself looking at it. I don't know if he's got to go towards the 6 ball and the 5 ball with spin. He could jack up. It's like he's just going to pop it with some spin and spin over towards the 5 and the 6. Well, that time it got him. The little flamboyant stuff. Kind of that's... I thought he could have just jacked up and put some spin and drew over towards the 5. He didn't have to do that. His cleverness got to him a little bit that time. Not just kidding. Yeah, I like what he did. He just got unlucky and got stuck to the 8 ball. He's going to try to kick this. He's probably trying to kick it in. And then the cue ball will knife down the table. If he thins the 3 going in, the cue ball will fly around the table like that. And then he creates something. He's such a clever player. You see that? That was a smart shot. Even though he hit it poorly going in. He hit it real thin, actually. Thinner than he thought he was. But that was the right shot to let the cue ball try to get off that bottom rail somehow and come back around the table. And he got a good roll. He's playing well, and he's getting good rolls. Maximilian LECHNER to shoot. He's got to jump the 9 ball, put a little right bottom on it. He'll aim a little bit thick on the ball. It's going to curve a little bit. Try to play the 3 in the corner. He might scratch on the side, too. That's always there. But he hit. The ball hopped into it funny. It didn't hit it solid. And then he overcut it, too. Corey's got a bank shot for the side, this is always a hard shot to take on, to make a full commitment on. Because if you miss it, you usually lose. It's hard to play safe off this shot a lot of times. He has a safety, though. He could thin it and come down and come underneath the 4. Use the 5, 7, and the 9 for blockers. But this is a Eurotour event, a match. And Corey to shoot. I don't know if he's going to bank this shot with right or thin it and come down and play safe with kind of straight ball and just thin the ball. And that's what he did with the straight ball. Slid under the 4 perfectly. He hits shots. He makes a lot of good shots, I'll tell you. If you think about a golfer making good swings, Corey does that often, playing pool. Of course, his golf game is like mine. It's real erratic. He's going to kick 2 rails with a little bit of right or flat ball and try to hit the ball and kill the cue ball down there somehow a little bit. But the 8's actually in the way for the right kind of shot. If he could just hit the 3 on the left side a little bit where he's looking like that, he's going to hit it going in. He's not going to kick underneath, I think. He's trying to hit it going in. He's going to kick 1 rail and hit the ball, which is, I don't know if I would kick that this way, but maybe he's trying to do the same thing as Corey did a while ago, trying to hit the edge of the ball, send the cue ball back down the table like that somehow. That was a nice kick. He still made a good shot, even though he didn't get him safe. That was still an excellent shot. I don't think Corey can hit the other side of the 3 to get the cue ball down table behind the 7, 8, 5, the 5, 9, 7. I think he's going to thin the 3 into the side rail just before the side. Knock the 3 down here behind the 7, 9 somehow. Send the cue ball over behind the 8. Like that. Another good shot. I think he left him a keyhole for some kind of safety. Lechner needs a little break right now. I don't know if he got it or not. But 4-0, and I don't think he did on this. He's going to have to kick again, soft like he did a while ago, or he'll kick this one a little bit harder and try to create something. I don't know. He won't kick it too hard because it'll scratch off the ball if he hits it too hard into the corner. I think he'll just kick it with nice smooth speed somehow and try to create something. Try to hit the side of the ball, send the cue ball back towards the 6 and knock the 3 ball down table in between the 5 and the 4 somehow. Just with a straight ball. Probably won't it's a flat ball. Nice and smooth. Not too hard. Like that. Good shot. Good shot. And the cue ball went into the 6, like I said. I got lucky there and called that one right, I guess. Corey, I don't know if he can get behind this. It looks like he can't. He might have to go to the bottom rail here, right where he's at, into the ball underneath, 2 rails, or go down table. He's looking over here, though. He can get behind it. If he can get behind it, then that's the right shot. But there's always a scratch in that corner over there, too, if he can't get behind it good enough. It could go off the 3 and scratch. I've done that a lot of times on this shot. But it looks like maybe he can get in behind it enough to kick it down table And he couldn't. He could never get behind that ball, like I said. And that might not have been the right play for Corey. But he didn't leave the easiest out because I think the 3 straight in, he draws back, he's going to land right on the 4. If he can stun over just a little bit, just to the left a little, that's what he needs to do, or draw back and create something. Yeah, draw back. He didn't. He had a little angle. He was all right. I can't always tell because they don't pan in, but he still did all right. He drew back and created a little something. He's all right. He needs this game desperately. He'll just roll this in with straight ball, come back to the middle of the table, or draw it 2 rails just to be safe. Yeah, 2 rails just to be safe. That's when you haven't won in a game in a while. You go 2 rails instead of rolling. Now this is still a little bit tricky. He needs to roll up a little bit, roll forward just a little. He looks like he's drawing the ball though. Yeah, roll forward a little. They always cue lower than I do when they're going to roll. I can't always tell what they're going to do. They won't cue like that in 30 years. He's 30 years old, though. He's going to draw back with right bottom just a little. Draw back just a little and shoot the 7 in the opposite corner here. He didn't draw that enough. That's kind of tricky. Now, he's got to draw around the 8 3 rails, or draw 2 rails and shoot the 8 in the corner where that piece of chalk is sitting down there. I think that's a piece of chalk. You can still see. Or he can just roll it in, but he didn't draw back enough either way. I think he can just roll it in and come over and play the 8 in the other corner, the right-hand top corner over there. He'll go off the rail, straight top, like that, and play the 8 in that corner. And that was the way to play that. That was the smartest way. Always shoot a ball a little smoother and more fluid if you can. He could slow roll it. When you slow roll them, you're more at risk, that's for sure. And then when you're shooting really, really hard, you're at risk. It's hard to pocket the ball. So always be real smooth. He'll put a little bit of left bottom and just stun this around the rails, 2 rails, like that. That's gives you an assurance the way he shot that shot. All right, Lechner got on the scoreboard, 4-1, Corey breaking, right bottom, a lot of spin, trying to get a lot of spin on him. Ooh, that was a good roll right there. Look at this roll he got. How sweet is that? The cue ball actually went down over the lip on the side pocket and then came back up. Now, cue ball's still spinning, see it? That's how much spin he's getting on the ball. That's how he's getting balls in the pocket. He's got an easy combination. He got a good roll there. He probably should have scratched, but he didn't. The ball came along and helped it out of the hole somehow. He'll put a little left bottom on this, jack up just a little, and that'll cut it just enough because it needs to be cut just a little to make the 9. See how he's aiming? It needs to be cut just a little. What I do when it's like this is just put a little left on it, and that'll cut the ball. That'll cut it for you. Just a little left. Good shot. See how the cue ball was spinning? He put that little bit of left on it. That was a good break for Corey. And when Maximilian didn't need him to get a break like that. 5-1 Corey DEUEL. Maximilian LECHNER to break right side, right bottom, driving the cue ball to the rail. And this looks a little dry. And I don't even think it was a legal break. I think he can make him shoot again. You should be able to make them shoot the shot and they don't have a rollout. I swore I played that one time down over there. And now they changed the rule. I guess if I come back and play, they'll play the other rule. You'll have to kick at it if you're snookered and you foul the break. I don't even know if they're using that here. I haven't seen any indication of it. I don't always know. But this is the Billiard Network, the home of global pool on YouTube. like and follow if you enjoy this. I'm Earl Strickland for the Billiard Network. I don't think Corey can pocket this ball. He's looking at something else. I don't know, even if he wanted to pocket this ball, that it would be worth it. Looks like he's going for one of his trick shots or something, but I don't think it's going to... He's loading up, kind of. Yeah, he was trying to play the ball off the ball in the corner. I really believe that's what... He goes for some crazy shots, too. I can say that. But these balls are all tangled up here in the middle. I don't know if that was the prudent play with him. Maybe that's all he could do, though. But I could have sworn he fouled the break. He could have made him shoot or roll out. I think he's got an easy safety somehow. He can just shoot this one and barely thin one of those balls and then stick him on the 9 ball. Or he can try to play some kind of shot here and play the 5 in the side. It looks like it's what he's doing. No, he played safe. And that's not a bad shot. That's, unless he can jump it and get the edge of the ball, it ain't no good then. It seemed like to me he could have played some other kind of shot there. But I think Corey could masse around that, or he could kick 2 rails. He could kick 3 rails and come underneath it. He can kick 1 rail and go into it. He can kick 2 rails and hit it. Love all that lingo. 3 rails underneath, 1 rail into it, and 2 rails and hit the ball. Yeah, it's all going our way. The pandemic. He's jumping. I said that he left him the edge of the ball where he can jump it. And that wasn't no good. Now he can get out of it. God, what a break that was. This ball's... Ooh, I thought it was going to curve in the pocket. And he got a good break again. He has no shot to pocket the ball here. He's lucky he didn't jump completely off the table there. He made a shot like that on me in the U.S. Open and beat me 10-10. We were on the hill 10-10. I'll never forget it. I wanted to throw up. Shot he made on me. It was the luckiest shot you ever seen in your life. He couldn't do it. If he did it 100 times, he'd make it 1. And that was like that shot right there. He's lucky that ball didn't fly off the table. He's going to put some right on this, I think. And maybe shoot into the 5 and draw over and stick on that 2. That's not impossible. Or he could fire into the 2-9 and maybe it might bank 1 rail. Pull a Van Boeing. Maximilian. Nice name. Looks like he might draw in, shoot it like I said. He's going to shoot into the 5 and draw over a little. Like that. God, how lucky is this guy? The ball went in the pocket. The way his luck's going, he ain't going to wound up with no million. Nah, just kidding, Maximilian. That was pretty unlucky. Really was. That ball went in. And he played exactly the shot. I knew that was the right shot, but there's always that chance that the ball could fall in the pocket, too. How could you hit it that good, right? That's impossible. That's what you're thinking. I don't know what he's looking at now. He needs to come around all the way on the other side of the table and just shoot past the 8 ball with a lot of bottom. He's going to have to stretch, and it's going to be a tough stretch. This is where it pays to be younger or in good shape. And put a lot of bottom on it. And he's going to try to, create something. Stick it there and bank it around the table. But he shot it soft. He likes kicking those kind of soft. I thought he should have took more of a chance on bottom and hitting that one a little firm and banking it around the table maybe if he could hit it right. They're always hard to hit right, though. No, he didn't make such a bad shot. He still left him an easy, relatively a lot of easy safeties maybe, but he didn't sell out completely. He's going to get another chance at the table. Corey's going to try to thin the one back to the middle of the table, bank it a little bit with left, and bring the cue ball over there right back where he is. You don't want to do a lot. Just, he overhit it. Yep. That's uncharacteristic of him to overhit a shot like that. He just wanted to land it in the middle of the table there. But it went a little faster than he anticipated, or he overamped a little bit. And that's what we do sometimes. We overamp on the shot just a little bit. Or the rail's just a little faster than you thought or something. He's going to try to pocket this ball and go 2 rails. And the 2-8 is dead almost. I mean, it looks like it's relatively not too hard to make because it could hit the rail and still go in, I think, if it's hit soft enough. Or he might come all the way around and run into him. God, he's cueing weird. He might be playing safe somehow, too. I don't know. He sure moves the cue funny for me. I don't know what he must be rolling the ball. Oh, he's firing it, going around. Wow. That's some shot, Maximilian. Fooled me on that one. But I knew he was doing the cue in a weird manner for any of the shots that I was describing. That was a hell of a shot right there. I'll tell you that. Most guys would have just rolled that in. Now he's going to make the ball. He's still in a predicament, kind of. It looks like it might hit the 7 if he pockets the 2 in the side. He's got to worry about what's going to happen with the cue ball after that. Now, he made such a good shot, but he landed still in a funny place. I think he can roll it in and just miss it and play for the corner down here where he is, or he's going to hit the 7 and create something else. Yeah, and just play for the corner, but it's gone too fast. Now he's got nothing. I don't know that his great shot was worth it. He should have played it the way everybody else would have. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I might have done that too. That was some shot. If he would have got the cue ball off the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th rail, which you're asking for a lot, you should have shot it and go 5 rails. It's probably going to land on the rail. Barely on the 5th rail. That's what it did. And that's what kept him from being able to manufacture a better shot on that 2 ball. And he desperately needs this game. Corey's looking to see how close he is to the ball and what kind of shot he's going to play, because if he pushes it, it's a foul. This is a weird shot right here. I think he's going to try to shoot the 3 ball past the 6 and draw the cue ball over and bank the 3 down table. Like that. That was a nice shot. Very good. Very good shot. He won't jump this because it's too far away. The 6 ball's too far away. But Corey DEUEL is 42 years old. 42. He's still playing good. Little things will creep in his game. He'll have to figure out some few things here and there soon. He's going to kick this 1 rail with left spin or no spin. I can't ever determine how to kick these balls, whether with spin or no spin, this shot, to hit it the correct way. He's elevating a little bit. I don't know why. Always going behind it. Oh, and he missed it. When he was kicking that like that, I said, that don't even make sense that he could elevate and hit behind that ball. He should have drew the ball, shot past the side and drew it a little bit, but he didn't want to hit it that hard. A little bit of a chink in the safety armor there that time. He'll just draw off a little bit with right bottom, draw back to the middle, a little angle on the 4, like that. Big game for Maximilian to stay in this, keep his head above water. He'll put just straight top, go 2 rails, shoot the 6 in the left-hand corner down there where he is. Oh, he's missed it. Wow. He way overhit that, and he got a little bit of a roll. His strokes scare me a little bit. He needs the slower strokes down. A little too quick. I think Corey can see the edge. If he can thin it and go 2 rails and use the 8, 9, 7 for blockers. If he can't, he can jump over it. I think he's going to get something, that one with the phenolic tip or something on it. I think he's going to try to jump somehow. Yeah. He's going to try to jump and just play this safe, knock the ball down behind the... God, he almost made it. I think he wanted the cue ball to come over, though, is what he wanted. He wanted to try to make it and like get and draw the cue. He wanted the cue ball to move over a little, but it didn't. He nearly made that ball. That was a nice shot. Hit it with speed, too. That cue, we have to investigate that cue he's got. I don't think that cue's legal. Oh, there's a lot of cues that don't look legal, aren't they, when they come to jumping. He'll just roll this in. I don't know if he can just put a little right and stay there. Wow, he's cueing weird. Just roll it in with a little bit of right. Like that. He let it boing. These rails are boingy. Now he's... This is a tough shot. It's hard to make this without fouling the cue ball. He was supposed to put a little spin on that. He didn't put anything on the ball. And these rails are jumpy. They're kind of springy, so... But I don't know what the condition of the cloth is. If the cloth's real old, you can't hold the spin on the ball. And then that hurts you worse with a springy rail. A lot of people don't know anything about conditions. Even good players. Even great players. Some of them don't know. He'll just tap this. See how he jacks up a little bit? That keeps you from fouling that ball when you elevate a little. So all you weekend players out there and avid players, amateur players, take note on that. When you get close to the ball like that, you don't want to foul it. You need to jack up just a little bit. He'll just draw back a little on this one. I know what he's going to do here. He loves hammering everything, I'll tell you that. He could just stun forward and shoot it in the side. That's his safest shot. As 5'1", as nervous as he looks, stun forward, there you go, and just shoot it in the side with a little right bottom because he's got a little bit of angle. He needed this game badly. And just stun it a little bit. There you go. Okay, Corey to break, right side, leading 5-2. A lot of spin. Corey puts a lot of spin on these. That's how he gets those balls in. That was a good roll there. Uh-oh, this 3 ball's going to disturb it, though. He's still all right. I don't know if it goes in the corner. If it goes in the corner, he might take this shot on. And it'll run right into the 4 ball just a little bit. If it doesn't, he's going to roll him right behind the 4 and the 9. He'll shoot the 2 to the side rail, but he's got to make sure and hit it right because he'll be selling out if he don't hit it good. I think it's got the perfect angle just to roll him right on top of it. If this ball doesn't go in the corner past the 5. And that's still a tricky shot, looks like, if it goes barely. The most prudent play here is to roll him right on top of the balls, the 5 and then the 4 and the 9. If it looks like they don't pan in enough, so I haven't panned in at all on this one. So Everything's at a distance at 60 degrees or whatever degree we are here. He looks like he's doing something else. He wants to. The easiest shot is to roll him on top of the 5 and the 4. But I don't think it's laying absolutely perfect, because if he don't hit it right, it might sell out. And he doesn't want to lose this game, because that starts a little landslide of Lechner coming back. That always scares you when you're way ahead and a guy starts coming back. It scares the daylights out of you. I think he was going to bank the 2 and use the 5 and the 9 for a safety and roll the cue ball to the side rail by the 5, to the bottom rail by the 5 almost. I don't think he's going to take this shot on any way to make it. Yeah, he never wanted to make that. If he made it, he still had another way to play safe. Either way, he really didn't want to make that ball. He left it good, I think. Me, it would have went in. I had to play the other safety. That other safety would have been, he was going to stick him under the 6 ball on the next one. But it still wasn't no gimme. I think he's happy with what he got. It looks like he's going to have to kick to the side rail. The jump is not right because the 4 and the 9 are too far away from the cue ball, kind of. That's always a problem, and the amateur players can take note on that. But this kick is weird because you can't create good leverage. I'd almost rather kick down table and kick 2 rails at this ball than to kick like this. It looks like he's jumping it, though. I think he is somehow. He's jumping it somehow. No, kicked it. Yeah, I didn't like that shot because you can't create any leverage when you're jacked up like that trying to kick a ball. You always need a level cue to make an excellent kick, usually. It's a very delicate shot, kicking. Right bottom, he'll just draw over a little to the middle of the table. He'll cinch. It's called a cinch shot. He'll just cinch it like that. He didn't hit it very good. Pockets are big. They might be small, but the rails are kind of soft. He'll roll this. He's just going to bank the 4 one rail. He'll roll it with left or draw it just a little like that, just to bounce off. He's perfect now. He can just bank it. The 9 will move right out of the way just a little. He'll put just a little, just below center with left. He'll cut the 4 just a little. He'll pop it with a little speed. The 9 will move right out of the way and he'll bank the 4. Good shot. He landed perfect on that bank to do that. He'll either go 2 rails out around the 9, or he'll go 1 rail because the rails are funny. I don't know. Looks like he's going 1 and hit the 9. Yeah, he didn't like the rails going 2 rails. He didn't like what the rail might do. Here he'll stun this with spin and go back to the middle of the table. Or come down the table and shoot the 7 in the top left corner. But I think he'll spin 2 rails. No, he went down the table. Just like I was trying to describe. Yeah, he didn't like where the 8 was going the other way. He'll roll this 1 rail and come down. I think that's what he's going to do because he doesn't want to get straight on the 8. He's going to roll with straight top. Probably try to hit it with speed to where it doesn't come all the way. But he did go all the way. He didn't want to gun land there. I think it went faster than he thought it would. This shot, he's got to jack up with a lot of left bottom. No, he's rolling it somehow. He's going to hit it hard with straight top and go side rail, bottom rail, side rail, and then over like that. But he underhit it just a little bit. He should have been a little more aggressive. This shot can be missed, for sure. He'll either draw it with left bottom, he's going to draw it with left, or roll it. He'll either roll it or draw it with left. Good shot. He drew it just a little with left. He used a long bridge. See how long a bridge he used on that? That's the right bridge. 6-2, Corey DEUEL, Maximilian LECHNER to break. Right bottom, right side. Drawing the cue ball to the side rail. He needs more spin. He hasn't been getting enough spin on him. There you go. That time I think he did it, a little more spin. He got unlucky. He got a shot. He's cut the ball on the side or banked the ball one rail, draw back for position. That ain't a bad play. If he cuts the ball in the side pocket, you don't know where the cue ball is going to wound up probably. Or play safe. You might could just bank it in, draw back, off the bottom rail, come back for the 3 in the corner. That's not a bad play. The way these pockets are, they're not too difficult. They may be small, but the ball's still kind of going in generously off the rails from what I saw. It seems like the cloth is old, but the pockets play nice and soft. I never know what this guy's going to do when he's cueing the cue. I don't think he's going to do what I said, bank it and draw back. Like I said, the pockets are generous. That went right off the side rail. Good call. I guess I know what I'm talking about sometimes. And this will be the tricky shot. This shot will probably be harder than the shot he just made. It's hard to believe. Because the rail, he doesn't know what the rail's going to do. He's going to try to draw back with left. He's going forward. He's going to try to go around, I think, with spin. Yeah, like that. That's very difficult to do on this table right now. And he hit it well. Good shot. That's why he went over there and looked at the ball so closely, intensely. He should just stun this 2 rails or just roll it and come back between the 7 and the 8 to the middle of the table. I don't know if he's going to stun 2 rails and come back between the middle of the 8 and 7. Or he drew right off. He didn't have to go. It looked like he had an angle. That's why I can't tell if they're not panning in. I'm never going to know exactly what the guy's got to do. I would have never said he was going to go to the bottom rail if he had no angle. He would have just drew back off the 7 like he did. I know he's going to go 3 rails here. He's got to. A little bit of left, 3 rails. Like that. Wow. This table was really springy. That went a long ways. That's why they're scared of the rails a little bit. They look like they're kind of old, the cloth and the rails. He'll put left bottom on this and just use the rail and just draw back. A light draw. Like that. He still landed kind of funny. Because the rail sprung the ball and took the spin off of it. He might draw this 2 rails or he might go inside 1 rail. He looks like he's going to draw it 2 rail or yeah, draw 1 rail. Wow. There's another where they don't pan in. I can't tell if he's going to go 2 rails or go 1 rail off like that. The way he strokes is wild too. He's just going to put right bottom and just draw off a little bit here, like that. He strokes wildly for the simplest shots. He'll just stop this one. It's going to be 6-3. He needed that desperately. Corey DEUEL to break. 6-3 Corey. It's a big game for Corey right here. He could probably put it on ice if he gets this game. A lot of spin to the side rail. Ooh, he got kicked in by the one that time. That's the first time I think he hasn't made a ball in the break. So that was a big, big roll for a big break for Maximilian LECHNER. But I'll tell you, this out is still tricky. He needs to follow down underneath the 7-ball. Take ball in hand, shoot this one on the side, follow underneath the 7-ball, get off the rail a little bit, then follow over just before the 4-ball, right where the 1 is now. So he's going to do what I'm saying, where he can get an angle on the 3 just to make the 3 and follow back for the 4. Once he gets past that, he'll be all right. This is the trickiest part of this. Even though he's got ball in hand, it still is no gimme. He's going to draw it over? Oh, he's going to draw down. Wow. That is scary now. I'll tell you that. Now he's got to draw back before the 4. I wouldn't have done it that way. He'll learn one day not to do it like this if he messes up enough. Now he's going to draw all the way back just before the 4 and the side. I think that's what he needs to do. He drew back. I see he's in a little bit of trouble now. A little bit. But he's still all right, believe it or not. I don't know that a lot of great players would have played that like that. But anyway, he needs to jack up, hit it on the middle, kind of, with left, and pop it. It'll go into the rail, and he'll come back and shoot the 4 in the left-hand corner up there where he is. See, he's landed in a funny spot. He may be thinking about trying to draw this back and shooting the 4, landing right where he is on the 4 with the cue ball, which is tricky because these rails are boingy. I still say he should have landed before the 4 and bounced off and rolled the ball in and come back and shot the 4 in the left-hand corner up there. He's trying to do what I said, I think, finesse it and get on the rail where he is with left. It's a tricky shot. And you see, he still didn't get all the way over there. Now this shot is really, really tricky. Kind of like no man's land. He's got to roll over there and get for the side. And there can be a scratch. Now he has scratch in play. He can't run into the 6. If he does, he's going to have a hard shot on the 5 because it won't go in the corner past the 7, don't look like. Maybe. I can't tell. He might be able to roll this in and just play for the side over here where the 4 is without too many problems, but it don't look like it. Like he's got to go. Oh, he could, yeah. That was actually a great shot. I'll tell you that right now. It wasn't easy. He landed okay. I thought he was where it had to go towards the side a little more, and that would have been even harder. He landed okay. Now he'll just roll forward a little here, like that. He made it a lot harder by the way he played from the 1 to the 2, I thought. He made that out a lot more complex than it should have been. But of course, I could have been wrong, but I don't think so. It looks like he's going to draw back off the rail. No, just draw back a little. I still can't tell whether he's got an angle or not, ever, with this one camera view. So I'm not always going to be right because it ain't like they got 50 cameras rolling around this table where I got every angle. I think he's going to draw over or draw back with left. Draw over with left. There you go. Now I think he can just shoot it in the side. He underhits everything a little bit, seems like to me. I think he can just roll this in the side pocket. Or shoot it in the corner. I don't know. I'm going to roll on the side. There you go. Can't tell with this guy the way his cue action is. He'll just stop this one right there. Or stun forward or stop. Stun forward. There, good. I got to say 3 or 4 different things. No doubt in my mind. And I still ain't right all the time. Especially with this one camera angle. All right? 6-4, Corey DEUEL leads. Maximilian to break. Maximilian LECHNER to break. Needs a ball on the break. Right bottom. Sending the cue ball to the side rail. Okay, that's a legal break. He made a ball and 2 balls went in the kitchen. I still haven't seen a foul on the break and don't know if one happened even. This is one of the trickiest shots in pool. I still don't hit this shot good. I've been shooting it my whole life. I've shot it probably 3 trillion times this shot, practicing. He's going to hit it with a flat ball. It's going to go into the bottom rail, come straight back down the table, aim with a little bit of left so it flattens the ball out. And you don't want to draw it too much because it'll draw back into the 9 coming back down the table. And you got to hit it right and hit it with speed. It's always a tricky shot to shot, unless he plays it some other way. He sure cues a little funny to me. Just draw it a little bit, flatten it out, and let it bounce like that. He still hit that funny, though. And believe me, that's the way I usually hit it, like that. You want to hit it where it don't go to the side rail, it just comes straight down the table. And it's tremendously hard to do all the time, I'll promise you. But some players are real good at that shot. I'm okay at it. I hit it like I want about half the time. Most of the time I go into the rail like he did and cheat it. And now see, he landed funny because he didn't hit it correctly. I think he's going to draw it a little bit. This is the safest shot, to just lightly draw it 2 rails with a lot of right bottom. It's the safest shot here, for sure, instead of rolling that. Now he's okay. This is a big game. This was a big game for Corey. For Maximilian to make a ball on the break and run out to get closer to Corey on the score. Make it 6-5. Now he'll just draw back a little bit and stay in the middle of the table and create a little bit of angle like that on the 4, where he can go 2 rails. He wants to go sharp on this. He wants to come back close to the 9 when he comes back around the table. He'll put a little bit of bottom on it, just below center, with a little bit of right, and he'll pop it just a little to make it take a sharper angle with some spin, with some right spin. He didn't get as close to the 9 as he would have liked, but he's all right when he came around. If he would have got a little closer to the 9, he would have got where he could have just drawn off the rail and not have to go 2 rails. That would have been the difference. But now he's got to float this. He's got to put right top just above center with right and float the ball across the table. He won't hit it too hard. He'll just roll it like. He sure swings funny for this kind of shot. And he'll just finesse it across the table, bounce off the rail, like that, for the 7. But see, they always underhit that ball. Everybody does. And he's landed a little bit funny. He underhit it. He didn't put enough right on it to make it check more. He's going to draw back a little this time. It's the safest shot to him. Everybody likes drawing, especially when they're a little younger. They want to draw. When you get a little older, you start playing a little different. He'll just roll this in with left, a little bit high on the ball, come back across the table, shoot the 9 in the same pocket. There you go. Bounce off. The rails are nice and boingy. You don't have to shoot too hard to get off the rail. Now he'll just stun this with a little bit of right. Go forward to the side rail, bottom rail like that. Wow, what a big turnaround. Corey with a scratch on the break. Now Maximilian broke and ran out. Corey to break, right bottom, a lot of spin. 6-5 he's leading. Ooh, what a good break. What a perfect break he came with. Wow. Huh. He made 3 balls on the break. Cue ball went all the way around the table, 3 rails, got straight in. I'm going to say you're a little bit fortunate to roll all the way around the table and get straight in like that, but that spin gets him in. Believe me. That was big. He wants to keep the guy off his heels now. He'll just draw back a little bit for the 5. He might draw all the way back to the side rail, but I don't touch draw out for the 5. The touch draw. I don't never know what kind of angle they got with this one camera, so that's impossible for me to know. Looks like here he'll just draw straight back again for the 6. Draw straight back. There you go. Perfect. He didn't get over the 7. Now he'll just draw off the rail with left bottom. And he'll be perfect on the 7. He'll use the rail just below center with left. Just tap it a little like that. This is the Billiard Network, the home of global pool on YouTube. Like and follow if you enjoyed us. I'm Earl Strickland for the Billiard Network. Corey DEUEL will just stop right there or roll forward and bounce off the bottom rail. He can do a number of things here. Or just roll forward real easy. Yep, he stunned that actually a little bit. It was a stun shot. He could draw this 2 rails. That's the safest play, but he could follow straight down the table too. He's going straight down the table. Nope, he went to the side rail. I don't know why he did that. He almost scratched. He's lucky. That ball actually rolled the other way too. I watched it. Now he'll roll this in with right top. A little bit of right and just roll it in. Man, I still don't understand why he did that with the cue ball. That was kind of ill-advised, I thought. That was a big game that he break and run out. Did he keep him from tying the match up? 7-5 Corey DEUEL. Maximilian LECHNER to break. Right bottom, right side. He needs a ball in. Don't foul the break. A lot of spin he needs. Oh, he ain't made nothing, I don't think. And he left Corey kind of like, I don't know if he can play the 1 ball onto the 2. Or I don't know if he can see the edge of it. 7-5. This is a crucial game for Corey to keep a decisive lead. I think he can barely get to the side of the 1 to play the combination on the 2. But if the 2 is frozen, it's going to be tricky what the 1 ball will do after that. No, it's all right. It was sitting good, the 2. It must have been sitting off the rail a little. So that's a big mistake by Maximilian LECHNER. No balls on the break and left Corey an easy shot to get started on the run out. The 5-6 is the problem, and he's got a problem here a little bit. He's jacked up over the ball. He's got to hit it with some left top and go 2 rails with the cue ball. He's got to make a full commitment. Oh, he went 1 rail. Well, that was easy to do. Went 1 rail. He's perfect on the 3. Like I said before, I can't tell unless they pan in. They got more cameras. This one's only got a 1 camera angle, so I've done the best I can do with dictating where they're going to go with the cue ball, how many rails and stuff. That ball obviously had a little bit of angle on the one down there that he could come straight down the table. I thought he was straighter on it. He'll just draw off and play the 4 in the top right corner down there, unless he can draw underneath the 8 somehow. Or unless he's going to draw back and play the 4 on the side somehow. Yeah, he drew under the 8, and he's going to play the 4 on the side, just like I said. I'm glad I got that in at the last moment, because that gives him easy position to the 5. So a lot of people, I might not have played that like that. I'm learning stuff from Corey now. Good shot, Corey. Now you play this with a lot of right bottom, and it's an easy play to the 5. Believe me. He could still land funny, though, on the 5. And he did just a little bit. Now he's got to play, he's got to bump the 6 somehow. It was never going to be easy to get to that 5 just right. But he did really well going under the 8 and playing for the side on the 4 ball. I think he's just going to roll it and just skim the 6 just a little and bump it over. And he didn't. Well, he got a little lucky. I think he hit that a little funnier than he wanted to, though. He kind of hit that indifferent than he wanted to. But he got away with it. He's still all right. I don't know if he'll put a lot of inside and kill it and come straight back up the table, or he'll put a lot of spin on it, jack up a little, and put a lot of left on it and spin 2 rails. He's trying to decide that right now. Oh, he can't reach it. Well, that makes it a little bit trickier now. He's a genius with the bridge. I've seen him play with it. I don't know if he's going to kill it straight up the table or spin around 2 rails. Yeah, he killed it right straight up the table. Good shot. That was the harder shot, believe me, but it gave you easy position. That's what you want to do a lot of times in pool. For you amateur players, and avid players, weekend players, whatever you are, even good players, take on the harder shot to give you easier position. That's a smart thing in pool. It's a risk reward. He'll just stay right there with the 7 for the 8. Now he'll just stop. This was a big game for Corey to keep his lead, keep 3 or 4 game lead. He'll just follow this off the rail. This is a shot amateurs overlook, bouncing off the rail like that. Don't overlook that shot. It's a very common shot in pool. Now I put left bottom. He'll just stun to the rail or kill it or stop it. See how he's stunned over? Always do that. It helps you pocket the ball. Those shots can be missed. Now Corey's breaking on the hill, 8-5. A lot of spin. Corey puts a lot of spin on these breaks. That's how he gets them in. He's lucky there, because the ball was going straight in the corner pocket. And now he's landed, the 2 balls landed right in front of the hole. I still say there's a great element of luck going on. I don't care how good a guy plays. His cue ball was going straight in the corner. So, and look what he's got now. He's got a cosmopolitan, a seagull used to call it. He's going to put some left on this and just kill it. Shoot it slow. It's a Mickey Mouse out, really, because all he's got to do is get on the 3 right there. Now he'll just roll down with some left top. He'll put some left on this and bounce off the bottom rail and shoot the 4 ball in the opposite side pocket here on the right of the 3. I don't even know what he's looking at when he walks over and looks. He's just wasting time. I often think most of these players, if they play me with a really short shot clock, I don't know how they would fare. Like 10 seconds to shoot or something. You got to think real fast. I mean, He's trying to figure out something else to do. I don't know why. He wants to draw over and shoot the 4 in the same pocket as the 3. This looks like, I don't know how he couldn't just follow down and shoot the 4 in the other pocket on the other side. He tried to, that was the right, he should have put some left on it. He was supposed to put a lot of left on it and stay further away from the 4. He's actually lucky there. He didn't shoot that shot correctly because he didn't stay further away from the 4 ball. He could have landed a little funny. He landed just right. Right here, he would just draw over to the middle of the table. I don't know what he's looking at here either. Why wouldn't you just, oh, he can, if he's straight in, and just follow over and shoot the 5 in the corner. Or follow all the way and shoot the 5 in the other corner. He could do a number of things here. But it looked like to me he would just draw to the middle of the table and shoot the 5 in this corner down here on my right. Like that. He's looking at all these other pockets. That's the only way I would have shot it right there. Now you just go straight across real slow or just draw around the 7. You just draw this one, a light draw with a lot of bottom. The amateur players, when they shoot this shot, when we shoot this, you need a lot of bottom. And that kills the ball, see? Slows it down. Now he's perfect. Just stop right there on the 6. Pretty much curtains this. I still don't know what he's thinking about sometimes when he's trying to look at all these other pockets. But he's a clever player, no doubt. And he's got some good rolls, and he played well. Maximilian made a couple of simple mistakes, and that's the story of the match right there. Broke a little funny. Corey's a veteran player, though. He's a clever player. But he got a few good breaks, and he knows that. Straight top on this, and he'll go 2 rails, I think. He should go 2 rails. If he doesn't, I just don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. 2 rails for the 9. Straight in. He played that well. I still don't think what he was thinking about on that 4 ball on the side. He'll just stun this a little bit like that. Corey DEUEL, 9-5 over Maximilian LECHNER. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to the Billiard Network for more great pool action from around the world. I'm Earl Strickland saying goodbye.